do this right, there's a lot more work where that came from. No doubt. All right, are you having a good time so far? All night tonight. I'll leave a fools like heroin in your nose. I'll leave a fools like heroin in your nose. I'll leave a fools like heroin in your nose. I'll leave a fools like heroin in your nose. Never underestimate the real life. The gun swinging back like the same type of fuck. I let blood stay in every spot that I rock. I'm representing Jersey, spitting rhymes like a clock. Into the Cape Fear where MCs be shell-shocked. I got the stash in my dash with the stock and the ooh. I hold it for the user. The stupid hooker user. The pen with the bow counting bank in the Land Cruiser. I get in charge from the sound of the bus. I was made to crush. I'm letting rappers till they bust. My Benjamin is elite, mega deep. Too sleep, we creep in the 5-palm click. That's how I'm bouncing for the 9/5 son. We don't promote no masquerade, cause we was players from day one. We start trends, we make hits. KF and Larry O be on some real life shit. I'll leave a fools like heroin in your nose. KF and Larry O be on some real life shit. I'll leave a fools like heroin in your nose. KF and Larry O be on some real life shit. I'll leave a fools like heroin. KF and Larry O be on some real life shit. I'll leave a fools like heroin in your nose. KF and Larry O be on some real life shit. Tinted windows cause I'm moving with heat. I got a mean ass board in my shotgun seat. You can get wrong any day of the week. That nigga Larry O be making rappers retreat. You know that like I fail. Jake is on my tail. I blew up your block, left the haze like black hell. I use an M16, the best clowns off the planet. In cold blood, my heart is made of granite. My counterpart, hold the K to the death, yeah. Wicked beat, nigga, mass murderer, bullets left. We got the whole game locked, so bricks on hold like the pimp on the stroll. I'm busting caps at the sugar-coated rap, yo. This is a lyrical terrorist manifesto. Sipping the lemon, getting lit. I'm hit. It ain't a fat split, I'm on some real live shit. I leave my fools like heroin in your nose. I leave my fools like heroin in your nose. I leave my fools like heroin in your nose. I leave my fools like heroin in your nose. Back once more for my niggas with the encore. One last verse to blow the spot, then I burst. About the scene cause I'm on some low shit. Brand rolling niggas on that ghetto pro shit. Damn, I hate to settle for less. True that, I wanna live nigga fat. Push your beds like a diplomat. Automatic text, Lazarus around my neck. Engineering shit with Corleone respect. The international world-class dawn came to rain on hip-hop. Can't be stopped. I shoot the breeze with expertise. The mic is like a toaster when I rhyme, I squeeze. The criminologist kicking criminology. The way I'm shaking you is like a bank robbery. So yo, get on the floor and get face down. Take these slugs to your head so I can brush your fucking brain. That's what you get for playing slick. K that been like we don't be on some real life shit. I'll leave my fools like heroin in your nose. I'll leave my fools like heroin in your nose. I'll leave my fools like heroin in your nose. I'll leave my fools like heroin in your nose. I'll leave my fools like heroin in your nose. I'll leave my fools like heroin in your nose. I'll leave my fools like heroin in your nose.
Well. What's up, everybody? Welcome to today's broadcast. This is Maximum Black. It's been a while. You know, I get in where I fit in, man. I'm a working man, so I don't have time to spend online all day, every day like these so-called six-figure Negroes. Shout out to everybody who's coming in and who will be coming in. Shout out to the E Nation. And my lovely co-host, as always, Dan. She's up on the panel. Wow. So, I thought about putting some pictures up of some drag queens, but, I don't want to get into a thing with the alphabet people. But I did leave the title up there. I'm pretty sure you'll figure it out as I go along. Well, what have I been telling you? Those who've been following me for a while have been listening to my podcast even way back. I've been talking about this for a long time now. The maniqueers, the red pills, the blue pills, the pink pills, the yellow pills, green pills, psychedelic pills, rainbow pills, whatever pill. All these factions. I told you that these guys were homosexuals. I told you that they were pedophiles and probably potential murderers. These guys got serious psychological issues. So now we understand now that the maniqueers are fully out in the open. When one of their own exposed them for something that I already knew was going on, that they're all queers. Now we understand the mentality of the black man. Well, as my sister Cynthia G would say, the pathology of the black man that comes out on social media and is always complaining about black women, always having something nasty to say about black women, always having something negative to say about black women, always bashing black women. This is a homosexual. I've been saying this a long time that these guys hate women. And I'm not surprised at what happened. I mean, at least the Nation of Islam have women in their organization. These guys don't have any women. These guys, there's nothing but men. You got MGTOW, you got Igbo, you got the Hebrew Israelites, they have women too. Red pill, blue pill. All of these guys are dead set against women. You got that dummy out there that's, Donovan Sharp. Sound like a white boy, talking crazy. And my thing is, what makes you think that other women want this? What makes you think that other women want these kinds of men? Now we understand that these men are embarrassing black men all over the country, all over the world, as a matter of fact. See, when people tune into social media, they see these guys and they think all black men are like that. So it's an embarrassment to who we are. It's an embarrassment to us as a people to have these kinds of black men out in front on social media. I'm not surprised at what took place. Shout out to Taz for running roughshod over these guys. I'm not surprised at what took place. I'm not surprised these guys are sexual deviants. They're oversexed. If you listen to their conversation, they can't stop talking about sex. They can't stop saying sexually explicit things to women because they have no respect because they're gay. All of them. Sending topless pics to each other. Let me explain something to you, right? You're not going to find a group of men, not a group of real men walking around talking about they don't want to deal with women. You got fools online talking about, well, I'm done with women. Okay, well, if you're done with women, what are you going to do? Ooh, what's up next? Animals? Blow-up dolls? Sex dolls? What's up next? Inanimate objects? What's up next? And, and the sad part about it is we have young black men following these guys, I want to talk to the young black men. If you're following Ibor or Red Pill, Blue Pill, Maniqueers, SYSBM, get away from them. Get away from them. These aren't anybody to be following. These are poor examples of men, extremely poor examples. You won't find any leadership there. You won't find any quality there. You won't find any manhood there. There is no manhood there. They're building a sisterhood, a man-girl sisterhood. Hey, how you doing, Kia? So let's start with the MGTOW. Now, we all know MGTOW was white, right? Well, they're still white. And you got the black version of it. You got black dudes walking around calling themselves a MGTOW. But, you know, MGTOW stands for men going their own way. Well, that's a big, clear sign right there. You know, you got men following other men nut to butt to a situation to where they can get at each other. See, that's basically what that movement is all about, at least the black movement. I don't know what the white boys are doing. But these black dudes, right, they just want to get at each other. It's all about sex, you know. These men are attracted to other women. I said a while back on one of my podcasts, you guys need to go check my podcast. I've been saying this stuff for a long time. And not to take any clout away from anybody who's saying it, but I have been saying this, okay? I said a long time ago that these guys are competing with black women for the love of men. They love other men, and they are jealous of black women because they don't want black women to have men. They want to be treated like black women. They are jealous of the love that black women get. They are jealous of the fact that a woman can pretty much get whatever she wants just simply by being feminine. And they can't get anything just being themselves. You're talking about guys who got serious issues, guys who can't talk to other people, don't know how to talk to people, don't understand women, don't know how to talk to women. And listen to the ones that got the podcast, right? They don't know how to talk to women. Everything is about accusing women. Everything is about sex. Everything is about, it's all superficial. Nothing there is meaningful. They don't understand love. They don't have any love for women. So is it surprising that you guys are finding out now that all of them are pretty much homosexuals? I'm not surprised. I knew this a long time ago. No man in his right mind walks around talking about he's done with women or he hate women or he's going his own way without women. No real man is not going to be in a situation where there is no women. I don't understand why people couldn't see this a long time ago. And the hatred that they speak, right, with sounds like jealousy, jealous women. They sound like a bunch of jealous women filled with hatred for other women because they want men. That's why they're always sizing each other up, asking each other how large their Johnson is. No man does it. No man asks another man how large is his Johnson. I mean, are you kidding me? See, these guys can get away with this crap on social media. In real life, I'm telling you right now, wouldn't be going down like that. They would never have the nerve to come up to a real dude and ask a question like that without getting all their teeth knocked out or getting a bullet put in them, one or the other. And then, you know, they call themselves high value. They call themselves educated lames. And they look down on the Pookie and Ray Ray. Well, first of all, the Pookie and Ray Ray, they have courage. These guys don't have any courage. These guys are very scary. They're very weak. And I'm willing to bet many of them can't take a punch. I'm sure if somebody punched one of them in the jaw, they would fall down like a little girl and start crying. or they would get up and run away with a white streak running down their back. Because you're talking about cowards here. Men who fight women are cowards. Real men, real warriors don't see a woman as a physical conquest. As far as combat, but these gay dudes, right? They see women as an enemy, someone that they can do combat with because they feel that you're the weaker sex and they're still men, even though they're sissies. They feel that they can overpower you. Now, I also said a while back, I sent the message out to you, Sissy Bims, right? I said to you, if you're going to sit back and think that we are going to continue to allow you to bully our women, you are absolutely out of your mind. We will run you off of social media. Well, seems like you don't have any more credibility. And don't be surprised at the ones who have names. They're homosexuals too. All you have to do is listen to the way they talk. You see, they have a pattern. They're always talking about sex and relationships. That's why many of them talk about relationships, because it allows them to be sexually explicit. And they really raunchy, man, like some old raunchy, dirty gutter snipe. This is a huge red flag. And some of them, many of you respect, right? Because they have names. See, I would air out some names, but no one has personally did anything to me. Okay, so I'm going to let that dog lie because no one personally said anything about me or mentioned my name. So I'm going to let that dog lie. But I'm going to tell you like this here. Many of them that many of you respect are absolute homos. All you have to do is listen to the way they talk. The way they talk is a dead giveaway. They're always talking about someone's penis, someone's rectum, talking about really sexually explicit about ejaculation, hardness, and I mean they just go on and on and on. They're kind of disgusting. The more you listen to it, and then they're deviant. Okay, you can't. They can't if you allow them to have a short conversation with you, they will ask to sleep with you almost immediately because they have no idea or no clue on how to talk to a woman. I'm talking about within seconds of them having a conversation with you, they're asking to sleep with you. They don't know how to court. They don't know how to have an actual conversation with the woman. They don't know how to date a woman. They don't know how to do any of these things. These dudes are bad news. And many of them have names that you respect. Many of them have names that some of you like. Boy, I'm telling you. So this rabbit hole goes real deep. There's a lot of players involved in this. This whole manoqueer thing is real deep. The names that are involved, the names that you've seen, even the people that you've hated, right? Who say so many disparaging things against black women, the ones that you hated the most, they are the biggest closet homosexuals on social media. They talk about making other men give them fellatio and talk about violating a man from behind. Now, they seem to think that this is an ultimate act of masculinity. No, it is not. Many of them think that this is the ultimate act of manhood to want to hump another man, to want to stick your Johnson in another man's mouth. Well, let me tell you, That has nothing to do with masculinity. It has nothing to do with manhood. If you want to say ultimate or ultra, that's all about homosexuality. That is an ultimate act of homosexuality, not manhood. Okay? So the manoqueers got it wrong. If a man is fighting another man and he wants to dominate that man, he fights that man until that man can no longer physically continue. That's domination. That's conquest. Not sticking your Johnson in another man's mouth. That is called homosexuality. That's disgusting. That is a depraved act, a sexually depraved act, if I'm saying that correctly. I'm pretty sure some of you brainiacs will correct me. That's fine. I don't mind being corrected. I'm always about improving myself. And so when a man says to another man, I'll do you from behind and make you my bitch, that has nothing to do with masculinity. That has nothing to do with manhood. That's not manly at all. That is a degenerate, disgusting act of sex. That's what that is. Basically, that's a compliment or allowing, basically, what that is a dog whistle to let the other homos in the vicinity know that he is the alpha male. Now, I know y'all hear that term, alpha male, right? But you see, I got something for you coming soon with some receipts about this whole alpha male thing. I guarantee you, you won't look at the term alpha male ever, I mean, the same ever again when I'm through with it, when I'm through with the receipts. And so when he sits up here and says he is going to do this to this man from behind to make him his bitch, he's sending a dog whistle out to the rest of the homos and bottom boys, which are the beta males, right? That he is an alpha. Put that together, put two and two together. A man says on a live stream that he will violate another man from behind and make that man his bitch. And this is an alpha. Look how many men or males, right, come to see this male or come to want to be around this man. You see, whenever they make these kinds of suggestions or these kinds of comments, watch the reaction of the guys. Pay very close attention to the reaction of the other males. If you see the other males gathering around this male like he's the ultimate alpha male, they're either bisexual, homo, curious, queer, whatever. Because a real male would never be around someone like that because a real man knows what kind of person that is. That's a homosexual. I would never. I hear a dude saying some shit like that, I'm going in the opposite direction because he's a homo. Real men don't say things like that. You see, real men, real dudes don't say they want to violate another man from behind. They don't do that. Real men don't tell other men that they're going to stick their Johnson in their mouth and make them perform fellatio. So you have to really pay attention to the way these guys talk. If you listen to what they say, it's a dead giveaway. It's a dead giveaway. This is one of the reasons why they're trying to get rid of real masculinity, real manhood, or trying to confuse you. I mean, they got these commercials out now. They got billboards with guys wearing dresses with captions that saying this is the new masculinity. No, that's not the new masculinity. There's nothing new about that. That's the same on homosexuality. That's it. And then you listen to the way these guys talk about little girls, how they talk about little girls with, like these little girls are grown women. And yeah, they talk about 3-year-olds and 4 and 5-year-olds like they're 40-year-olds, 50-year-old women. Talk about what they do to these little girls. Talk about how these little girls are manipulators. I heard one grown man say that his 3-year-old daughter is already learning how to manipulate grown men. What kind of man thinks like that? See, that's the mind of a pedophile. A grown man doesn't look at a 3-year-old and say, "Oh, well, she's learning how to manipulate grown men." See, that's the way pedophiles think. Again, you have to listen to the way these guys talk. Their rhetoric gives them away. Their rhetoric tells you what type of people they are. But we don't listen because we get caught up in gossip and get caught up in drama. And these guys pretty much come in under your nose, say all these things, and you don't pay any attention. And many of them got names that you respect. You'd be surprised. Some of these guys got names that have been on here for years, and they're pedophiles. What do you think that whole SYSBM movement is all about? It's about pedophilia. It's about pedophilia and rape and taking the rights away from women. You see, these guys don't want women or children to have any rights. They want to be able to do whatever they want to women, whether it be rape or otherwise, without anyone saying anything about it. They want to be able to do whatever they want to children, whether it be rape or otherwise, without anybody saying anything else about it. That's their ultimate goal. You see, the problem is that we don't believe. And one of the things that they attack is the term belief, right? They don't want you to have any belief. You know why? Because they don't want you to believe certain things about them. These people are crazy. These people are psycho. They're mentally ill. And for some reason we don't believe it. Because many of them are entertaining. Some of them are funny, can crack jokes, and we laugh a little bit and we overlook the fact that he's absolutely out of his mind. And then you got the name calling, the constant berating of black women, whether they're calling them hoes, whores, drags, bitches. Say a command. Uh-oh. Excuse me. Whether they're calling them hoes, drags, bitches. What real man sits up and talk like that? If you really listen, they sound like cackling women. This isn't the rhetoric of real men. Real men don't sit up here and just call women bitches and whores and strags like it's going out of style. We don't do that. And you know me, I don't even allow that on my channel. You're not going to come over here and disrespect me. You're not going to come bring that BS over here. But this is what they do. So are you shocked now? I'm sure you guys have seen the spectacle about woke progressive, Mr. Wokeback Mountain, part of the manosphere, posing that's pro-black. I'm sick and tired of you guys messing with us pro-blacks. We aren't your scapegoat. Go stand on your own square. Even if that square does have all of the colors in the rainbow, it's still your square. So my thing is, yeah, he wants to expose himself. He wants to say that he likes young boys. You think my question to you is this. Now that Mr. Woke Progressive has come out the closet, right, from the Manoqueers, Mr. Wolfback Mountain, and said that he likes young boys. I give him all the respect. The rest of them are cowards. At least he came out and said it. He doesn't want to hide anymore. He's tired of hiding. I wish the rest of the manosphere would come out and do the same thing. You think he's the only one? No, he's not. He's one of many that are in the manosphere. He's one of many. And if you listen to these guys, right, they always got some kind of man group, right? And they get together with other men and cackle like women. You don't think that's unusual? That's not even masculine behavior. Men don't do that. Not real men. They don't get together and cackle like women and talking. They complain about women. They may get together and talk about football game or some sports or making some money. They may talk about, a woman we just met. We're not going to get up there and sit up here all day and have long, drawn out panels about the problems with women. We don't care anything about any of that. Women are going to be women, and real men understand that. Real men don't have a problem with that. As you can see, the type of men that do have a problem with that, I wonder if you will still support them. You see, another problem is that they have support. We have to stop supporting this kind of garbage. We do. We have to stop supporting this. Hold on one second here. Let me refresh. Give me 1 second, people. I'm refreshing my page. All right, here. Hold on. There go my co-host. Dame, are you there?
Yeah.
Hey, Candy. How are you? Long time no see.
Mm.
So yeah, Dame, I was saying to the people in the chat is that now we okay, you got a lot of background noise.
I know I can't do anything about that.
All right, well you're gonna have to go on mute because just hold up for a second. Let me finish my on talking, then we can come back in. Okay, just go back on mute. All right. Anyway, so like I was saying, um, these kind of men, we have to stop supporting this kind of garbage. We can't keep supporting this. We can't keep letting the rest of the world know that this is what we are about. I mean, we should at this point be tired of being represented by weak men. And these guys are beyond weak. These guys are dangerous. Many of these guys are dangerous. Some sissy bims, I believe, just got caught killing some 13-year-old girl. Guys going their own way. You see, that stuff also leads to criminal activity. It leads to criminal activity too. That's why we shouldn't support this. How would you feel sitting here watching these guys for entertainment and then later on found out that one of them raped a little 5 or 6 year old girl? I wouldn't want that on my conscience. These factions are dangerous. These guys are pedophiles. They're homosexuals. And some of them are absolutely dangerous. It's to my understanding that one of them actually raped someone. Okay. I'm not sure why so many of these guys are out and about and not challenged or not locked up. Because they shouldn't be around regular people. They shouldn't be out here in society. These guys are seriously screwed up. But getting back to what I was saying is that now we understand, and like I said, shout out to Cynthia G, as my sister Cynthia G would say, the pathology of this kind of black man. Now you get it. Now you see it. And like I said, woke progressive, right? He's nothing. There's plenty more. There's bigger fish in the manosphere to fry. He's way down on the totem pole. There are big, huge names in the manosphere who are queer, who are homo, who are pedophiles. Big names. Waiting for those names to drop. Well, they had the courage to do what woke progressive did. Well, they have the courage to come out and say, look, okay, yeah, I like young boys. And notice something. Remember, I said pedophiles. I've been talking this stuff for a while now. I've been calling these guys pedophiles. And people came out, yo, Max, man, she can't call these guys pedophiles. Oh, really? Well, woke progressive is a full-grown man who said he likes young, feminine boys. 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 Didn't say he liked young, feminine men. He said feminine boys. Okay? And understand something too, people. Because they are pedophiles doesn't mean that they aren't homosexuals as well. A man that is looking to have sexual relations with a young boy is a pedophile and a homosexual because he's still looking to have sexual relations with another male. So he's in fact gay too. So we have a problem here, right? What is the real image of black men on social media? What do our sisters have to look forward to? Well, if you take social media, probably nothing. The good news is that although there's a lot of these guys online, they don't dominate like that in real life. You don't see a lot of these guys walking around out here. There's still plenty of scrappy, strong black men out here who are doing it the right way. So that's the only light at the end of the tunnel. As far as social media, because real dudes who got real jobs and doing real things in the real world in real time really don't have time to be on social media. Even myself, I barely have the time to be on social media, even though I have a page. I have some sisters that work with me, but I barely have time. I got real things to do in the real world in real time. Got money to make, you know? So you won't find many real dudes on social media. What you will find, though, is these effeminate gay dudes pretending that they're pro-black, creating black hate groups against black women because they have all the time they want on their hand. Many of them don't have any jobs. They don't work. They live by what they get off of social media. So they are the ones you will find on social media. You won't find many hardworking brothers on social media because we don't have time to be on here. So with that being said, let me talk to my lovely ladies. Abby, I see you here. Come off mute. Dame, y'all come off mute now.
Hey, Max, Black.
Everybody, this is my sister from the continent. Her name is Abina Abeko. She's coming to hang out with the Black Knight today. And of course, you know my lovely co host, my partner in crime, the Dame herself, Miss Dame Frankie. They came to join me. So, what's going on, ladies? Y'all been listening to what I'm saying. Give me your takes on what's going on. Okay, don't both of y'all speak at once now.
Okay, I was trying to let Abernat go first since I got a lot of background noise.
Now, you're
Um,
doing pretty good.
okay, all right. Well, I think the outing is long overdue, and people now really starting to pay attention to what they're saying, and not write and throw it off as, oh no, he meant to he meant to say this. No, he meant to say what he meant to say. And it seemed like everything is coming out. We seen I'm seeing stuff I never thought was gonna be normal. I can't watch a sporting event anymore. Ugh. Ugh. And but with these dudes, well, you well, it's taught me to like really pay attention to what they're saying and doing.
Mm-hmm.
I heard some
Remember.
stuff, and it's like, nah, he couldn't have meant what I thought he meant, or I missed something like he said boys. I thought he was saying in feminine men. I'm like, okay. But when pointed out that it was, he said actually said boys, boys. Is he saying what I think he's saying? Is he outing himself as a pedo?
Well, many of them are pedophiles. And it's like I said to you before, Dave. When I point out things that these guys say that a lot of women miss, you know, you have to be very careful and listen to what these guys say. They'll tell you that they're homos. Just listen to their rhetoric, listen to the way they talk. These guys can't stop talking about sexual things. You got one dude that has a podcast. He's so sexually screwed up. I don't even know if he can put a sentence together without saying penis or rectum or vagina or breast. I mean, it just goes on and on. These guys are sexual deviants. Their sexualism is completely out of control. Abina,
Hey, Max. Oh yeah,
hey, how you doing over there on the continent? Is it still raining?
yeah, Bell. I think it's okay. Around 2 o'clock, it just stopped raining over here.
Okay, good, good, good. So yeah, I've been talking about these guys, you know, being dangerous. They're homosexuals. Many of them are pedophiles, and they hate women. And letting people know now. I've been talking about this for a while now, and now that you see it come true, do you understand now that not only these guys are homo, but they're dangerous? You're not talking about people who are right in their mind. They're already
Mm-hmm.
screwed up in the head. Okay, and
Okay.
so right. And so they get on social media. They talk about all this hatred. Now, let me ask you a question. You live in Africa, Abina.
Okay.
If you see men, a group of men that are always complaining about women, that are always saying that bad things about women, and then they're saying that they are going to save themselves from those same women, or they're going their own way without women. What would you think?
Firstly, I would think that maybe they are those people who have been doing gay in the first place, because I don't think should um a man should like be talking bad thing about women always, because I think we being a women, black women and black men, we are the same people. So why should we talk bad thing about your women? And one, you leave your women and take men. That's why we are complaining about your women every day because you hate the women and you don't want to be with them.
My thing is, I don't understand why people can't figure it out. When you have a group of men telling you that they're going their own way and that they're done with women, that doesn't give you pause. I mean, that doesn't tell you guys what's going on. You know, how do
Mhm.
you miss that?
Yeah.
How do you miss something like that? Something so obvious like that. And then the women buy into this and they got women that support them. That's the shocking part. They hear all these crazy things that these guys say about women, about black women, and they're over there supporting them. They got black women that support them. Black women that come up on their panels to sit there with them and get drawn into this negative vibe about their own sisters. That I really don't get. So what is that? An act of desperation? Are these women desperate? Do they feel that nobody loves them? In order for them to sit up there and take that kind of abuse? What's that all about? Dame, Abner, y'all want to weigh in on that? What is that
Yeah,
about?
yeah, I think these people, these women that have been supporting the men, it looks like they lying to them that hey, support us whatever we are doing. And you see, some of the men, some of the women, our mentality is too low to the extent that when somebody give you a bad knowledge, they will just follow it and take it and they will support them with the thing that they are doing, which is not good. They will support them.
Right. And Candy G says those women pander to those men in hopes of being chosen. Chosen? I mean, these guys are losers. What do you want to be chosen for by a loser for? I mean, these guys are losers. I don't. Okay. Wow. Chosen
Mm,
by who? I mean, these guys aren't leaders. They're weak. They cackle like women. They are effeminate. Many of them are homosexuals, as you can see. They're sexual deviants. They're pedophiles. You want to be chosen by one of them? I don't get it. Like chosen. I mean, that's crazy. I mean, are you blind? You can't see. Are you blind and deaf? You can't see and hear what's going on. You want to be chosen by these guys are losers. These guys are low lives. Okay, they're at the top of
mhm.
the very their leaders are at the top of the very bottom.
Well, that
These guys,
goes to show how
huh?
low her self esteem is. Her low is her self esteem is so low that that she knows on a level that they are low, and she has a better chance of getting one of them than she does a a guy of a higher level. That's how
Candy.
her esteem has dropped. She subconsciously know that they low level. That's the appeal. They low. They in her reach.
And so, what is she supposed to be doing with these low level people?
Well, she get the brag that she managed to get the unobtainable. If they saying that they don't want women, or the other women are no good, then he's kind of
Wait a
the
minute, you said,
unobtainable. So she get to say, "Well, I was able to get him. None of you other women could get him, but I could."
but no other women. Okay, no other women want these. You said unattainable. No women want these dudes. They are very attainable.
Yeah, but she don't know that her esteem is that that the way they talking to her, they're saying that they are high level. These women just can't meet, can't get them, and but
Oh
because
wow.
she's willing to conform or be what they want to be the opposite of what they say what they say they don't want. She can get them, and that's why she thinks she's teaching other women to be able to get these men like this.
I'm sorry. I just have too much love and respect for black women to believe something like that. I can't believe that. That's absolutely insane. I
Well,
can't believe. Yeah,
well,
yeah.
like
It's,
Candy
it's just not.
G said, for some women, a piece of man is better than no man. So they so desperate to say they have a man, even having a piece of one is better than having none in their eyes.
It's simply a matter of being able to say she has a man. Wow.
Exactly.
You know, maybe some of these sisters don't know what a real man is. And you know what? And I blame a lot of that on us as black men because we're not leading the community the way we should. We're not um, asserting our masculinity and manhood in the community like we should. So our women can see what real men are. Too many of our communities are overrun by these sissy boys, these sissy men. Okay. And this is what the black woman sees all the time. So after a while, she can probably start to believe that this is what a real man is. And I think that's what happened to a lot of these women. They're so used to seeing these girly men and they're buying into all of the propaganda that the ones who wear dresses, this is the new masculinity. Guys painting their nails. This is the new masculinity. Guys wearing dresses. Guys wearing women, high heels. This is the new masculinity. No, it's not. That is the new insanity. That stuff has nothing to do with masculinity. And a lot of us brothers, okay, Candy G says they don't believe that they can do better or that there isn't better. They settle as opposed to being alone. Well, the sad part about that is there's plenty of brothers out here. A lot of these brothers are out here working, and they don't have time to be on social media. So most of the time when the black woman comes on social media, she's met with these maniqueers and these feminine pills, guys who got real social problems, who hate women, and she sees this all the time. So she thinks that is this is the best representation of a man that she's seen. Well, first of all, they're not men. Okay, real men don't behave the way they do. You can just listen to the way they talk, and then you can tell that they have issues sexually. All they talk about is raunchy, nasty, disgusting things. And women have to stop dropping their standards. You have to believe in yourself a little bit more than that. These guys don't deserve your attention. They don't even like you. They like each other. They're attracted to each other. They're over there sending each other topless pics. They're flexing with each other, checking out each other's muscles, complimenting each other, telling each other how pretty they look, how handsome they look. So Dan,
Yes.
Abana.
Yes.
So Candy G says that it's true what Dame said, that sometimes it's the woman's own self-esteem that moves her to choose subpar men. Do y'all agree with that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe it's because I'm a man. I just don't get it. I'm sorry. I don't educate me. Okay. I don't get it. It could be because I'm a guy. I'm a man. So I don't see a woman having to lower herself for these scumbags.
Say a command.
Mm, I gotta turn this off. So they tell me how this happened. Is it because the woman went through something in life, or how does this happen?
Some of it is that. Some of it she don't think she's beautiful or pretty or cute. She just don't think she look good, or maybe she been having somebody drumming in her head that she's ugly, or she's not pretty, or she's been ignored by the people she loved. Who It could be a whole bunch of things. Each woman's a little different. Um, it could be that um she gained weight, don't know how to lose it, not used to being that big, so she don't feel pretty. She don't feel beautiful, so she can't see anybody else seeing her as beautiful if she don't see she's beautiful. Let's see, and so and and if she's ignored, or the guys she's taken interest in has no interest in her. Who knows if they how did they respond to it? Did they totally ignore her? Did they make fun of her? Um, and so loneliness drive it too. You know, so she tries to go what's in her reach. Who responds to her? Mm-hmm.
Okay, so here's what I have a problem with all that what you said.
Mm-hmm.
If that's the case, then those guys should be the last people she should turn to because they're doing the same thing. As a matter of fact, they're doing the same thing, right, at a greater level. Okay, they're telling her she's not pretty. They're telling her that she's overweight. They're telling her that she's not desired. They're telling her that she has to compete. They're telling her that she's not that bright. They're telling her all these negative things. So you would think that would be the last people she would turn to.
Yeah, you would think so too, but that's already in her internal tape. So there is his background noise. Or they may be saying those things, but they're still sleeping with her. So their action is conflicting their words. That even if they say she's all those things, they still either sleeping with her, giving her attention, compliments, whatever. Um I'm saying she probably been ignored a lot. So even negative attention is good attention as long as they don't ignore her.
Wait a minute, man. That's crazy, man. First of all, that's illogical. Negative attention is good attention.
In her mind, in her twisted mind.
Wow.
When they get that low, the worst thing for them is to be ignored, to be seen through. So if you're paying attention, even if you yelling at them or telling them they all this and this and that, you still giving them attention.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And
I
they
hear
will
what
still not listen to you.
uh
Yeah.
So okay, maybe I should change it up. Any attention is good good any attention is good attention. Don't matter if it's coming at you yelling, screaming, abuse, you know, it's attention.
Mm.
That means they see you.
wow.
Hmm.
I mean, I hear what you ladies are saying. I'm just blown away. I can't get my mind noise. I am at a truck stop, people. I can't
Okay.
wrap my mind around that. Like,
Okay, listen. Candy G said women outnumber men for one thing. It is presumed that the pickings for good black men are slim, so that ups the stakes. Combine that with low self esteem, media, and learned behavior. So some of it is behavior she learned. You know, the idea that there's too few good black men, and low self-esteem. Any other woman would have walked away, got away from it, or but some don't. Or some of them of the mindset that when they talking bad about black women, they talking about those other black women. They're not talking about me. You got that group in there too,
excuse me.
ignoring the fact that you are also a black woman. If they generalizing and they saying black women in general, that includes you. But because they part of that group, they saying, "Oh, they're not talking about me or us over here. We with them. They talking about those other women over there." There's that group that could be in there too. Or I'm gonna show that I'm not like those other women. Cause you keep hearing the phrase, but I'm not like that. That is not me. That because they got the mindset of what they're saying is true about black women,
Yeah, I
and
believe.
it's not
You know
like
what?
I'm not like that. Hmm.
The more I hear that, the more I blame us black men because we are supposed to be encouraging our women. We are supposed to be telling our women that they're beautiful. We are supposed to be appreciating our women. We're supposed to be working hard, period, for our women and our children in our community. The fact that some of our sisters are walking around with low self-esteem like that and don't feel beautiful, that's our failure as black men. That's our failure. I blame that on us. You see, because each race of men define the beauty of their women. You have other races of women, I'm sorry, other races of men plastering their women's beauty all over creation. Black men aren't doing that. We aren't plastering the beautiful black woman all over creation. Her face should be on everything that's black. We should be telling the black woman how beautiful she is. We should be encouraging her. We should be working with her. This is the problem I got with guys who just come out and bash black women rather than try to do something to help, to try to correct the situation. They sit up here and they point fingers and they call names like little children. Oh, well, 4 out of 5 black women are overweight. Are you going to do something about it? These are our women. Don't sit up here and tell me that 4 or 5 of them are out of weight. I mean, 4 or 5 of them are overweight and crack jokes on them, and you're not prepared to do anything about it. I don't like that. To me, you're no different than the enemy. The enemy points at us. The enemy points at our women and say, "Oh, 4 or 5 black women out of the way. Look at those pigs. Look at those hogs, or whatever. Look at those Porsche monkeys." That's what our enemy does. And we as black men aren't supposed to be an enemy to our women. We're supposed to be an asset. We're supposed to be that knight in shining armor. We're supposed to be a helper to our women. If there is a weight issue, we as men should be working together to solve that weight issue, not sit up here and ridicule and point fingers and beat our women up because some of them happen to be overweight. There's all kinds of reasons why people gain weight, not just women. All kinds of reasons. We need to be helping, not hurting. So I blame all of this on us. The low self-esteem that the women have, the fact that they're running in these groups and they feel that there is refuge there with men who are effeminate and homosexual and hate women. I mean, that's a terrible place for a black woman to be. The maniqueer is a horrible place for a black woman to be. And I blame that on us black men. We haven't created enough salubrious spaces for our black women to thrive in. We don't have enough. You may have one or two here and there, but we need to create more salubrious environments for our black women and children to thrive in. It's unacceptable that a horrible place like the maniqueer space is somewhere that a black woman is seeking refuge. That's disgusting. And that's also an epic failure on our part as black men. Dame Abena. Hello, hello, hello.
Okay, I'm here. It's possible Avanas is froze. Um, yeah, yeah. It all comes down to if the dad is there in their daughter's lives or not, the family.
How important is a father? You know, we should talk about that. How important is the father in a girl's life? I mean,
Very.
you
It's
are a
usually
woman.
the first man she falls in love with is her dad.
Mhm.
He's the one that shows her what a man is, what to be loved by a man. You know.
But you see, just on what you just said, is the
Hmm.
reason why I blame us black men. See what I'm talking about? See, it falls back on us that our women are seeking refuge in these horrible and disgusting environments like the maniqueers and the red pill. These are terrible environments for black women to be in. It's heartbreaking that we aren't doing enough as black men to uplift and encourage our women so that they don't scurry to these god awful, disgusting spaces like the maniqueers. I blame that on us. We have to step it up. We have to you those of us who have platforms have to step it up. We have to start telling our women that they're beautiful. We have to start uplifting our women. We have to start creating more salubrious spaces, even on social media, that our women can come and relax in and thrive in and feel loved and wanted and respected and understood. Places where they're allowed to talk freely. I've seen some of these guys try to dictate what women say. They treat women like they're dogs,
Hmm.
you know, in some of these spaces, and they call it holding women accountable. You can't hold anybody accountable. You're not even accountable yourself. You're a failure as a leader of your community and your society. So if you are a failure as a leader in your community and society, you have much to account for, let alone trying to hold someone else accountable. You have a lot to account for. And one of the biggest problems with us as black men, when you look at our women who are scurrying to these horrible places to be disrespected, to be talked down to be belittled, to be berated over and over and over again, the fact that they see those places as refuge is a testament to how much of an epic failure we are as black men. This is an epic failure. There shouldn't be one of our women running to these horrible, disgusting places and seeking refuge and enduring that kind of abuse from these psychotic nutcases. Not one black woman is one too many. Go ahead, Dane. Abner. Well, we see we have a lot of scientists today, people. Dame, Abner.
Well, I was giving Abner a chance to speak. I've been talking up a storm.
No, I was frozen, so I did not hear what he was saying. I just come in and then,
Okay.
yeah.
He was asking the question first, how important is black fathers in a girl's and a young woman's life. And then I said that very important. That's the first man she falls in
Ladies,
love with. That's the one that teaches her what a man is and how she's
ladies.
supposed to be treated.
Dame and Abner. Emmanuel Briggs is saying hello to both of you. What up, Briggs?
Hello, hello, Emmanuel Briggs. Gotta stay away from them Oreos. It's making you sleep late.
So, like I was saying, this is our part, and I don't give a damn what God's got to say. I don't want to hear shit about, well, the woman needs to do this, woman needs to do that. Well, if she needs to do this, needs to do that, it's because you're not doing what you're supposed to do. You see, these guys don't understand. It goes as we go. Other men don't allow this type of stuff in their environment. You see, if you're in your environment and you're twerking and you're acting like a little girl and being effeminate or whatever, then the woman is going to think that that is the standard of the community. See, you set the tone for your community. And if you're weak and effeminate, then that's what she think is going to be the standard in the community. This is why I say this is an epic failure of black men. This is our L to take. And sure, you're going to have people who are going to disagree with me because they're going to continue to blame women. But you can blame women all you want. That's not going to fix anything. What's going to fix this is black men finally getting it and doing what they're supposed to do and be the leaders that they're supposed to be and the real men that they're supposed to be. Now, that entails a lot of things. It entails protecting your environment. It entails treating your woman with respect, love, and dignity, taking care of your children, creating a uh, uh, creating creating a environment that's rich in protection and production. You understand?
Yeah.
If you can't make the environment safe for your women and children, then you are a failure. You have to make the environment safe first before anything else can take place in the community. If it's not safe, then the woman cannot rest, she cannot nest, she cannot properly do the things that she needs to do as a woman to thrive because she is fearful all the time because the environment isn't safe. So you must make the environment safe first. But with all these cowardly men, it would seem that that's something that is an impossibility at this point. When you have a lot of black men on social media who are absolute cowards, scared of confrontation, arguing and fighting with women and afraid to fight the real enemy that's out here in the real world. Taking out your frustrations on black women because you are afraid of this beast out here in the street. See, this beast got you shook. He got you shook so bad that you're willing to act like a female for him. You're willing to compromise your sexuality for him. That's how bad he has you shook. He has taken your manhood. And since you aren't brave enough to go get it back, you turn on your women. Well, let me explain something to you. You're not brave enough to go get your manhood back, and you're not strong enough, right, to fight with women because you have no manhood. So the best you can do is just sit up here and sound like a bitter old black woman, a bitter old cackling black woman, which what many of you sound like, and cower in a corner or under the bed and come out on social media and say shameless things like, why do you have to get up to go check the bump in the night? Why can't she go? Why can't she go and protect you? You see, when a man says something like that and there's still men following them, everybody is in question. Not only is his sexuality in question, but every man that's following them, they're also in question. The things that I've heard these guys say are unbelievable. And I can't believe that other men are following them. But again, if we have one black woman that's seeking refuge in these terrible, terrible places, just one, then that's an epic failure of male black leadership. That's an L that we have to take. That's an L that we have to turn around. We have to correct that L. We got to turn that L into a win. We can't afford to have any black women run into these disgusting cesspools of hatred, self-hatred. Ladies?
Yeah, because the men that they will support the women, they are not doing that, and they are rather against the women. So that is all those things is going on with sorry, that's all those things are going on, and they will sit up social media talking about women, saying all nasty things about women instead of them to support the women and help the women to help their children in the house. They will not do that. And what I was thinking is that we should do as a black people, that it will help we the blacks. We have to fight against those things as going on, which we the black men that have stand up against the women, we the black people, we have to fight against it. Because you cannot say that a woman, I'm done with a woman and I don't want to be with a woman again. Why? If everybody or in a community we start fighting against that, I think all those things which is going on is going to get a stop, or we're going to put a stop to it. and they would love the black women as their love wife or their sisters without saying bad thing about the women. Yeah.
Fire, fire, fire. Thanks a lot, Emmanuel Briggs. I really appreciate that. Dane,
Yes.
do me a favor, hold it down for me for a few minutes. I got to get some stuff ready to get on the road. I'll be right back.
Mhm. Okay. Well, I think I think part of the problem is not just that they hate black women, but they hate themselves. If they just don't want to have anything to do with black women, they just not have anything to do with quietly go do their thing, leave black women alone. But no, they don't like what they are neither. It's hate.
Yeah, and
Mhm.
and you see it that as they are doing this to hate themselves, they
Mhm.
are not doing it to hate only themselves, but they are doing it to teach the young children who is coming. The black young children who are innocent, they are also teaching them.
Mhm.
And a time will come, we will not be, if we don't put a stop to this, a time will come, I don't think we will get a black woman or a black man, young man in this world because they are polluting the black people, the youngest people mind. And you see, we always go, we always move to watch things on social media, and our children do watch movies, do watch things that they've been showing on social media. So
Mhm.
assuming you have a child who is under 13 years and he have a phone and you have been watching those men who speak against women or who hate themselves, do you think that little boy or that little girl who is listening to that video or that audio wouldn't be learning? They will be learning and they will be putting a practices to it. So you see, our children will be spoiling whilst we, the mothers or the fathers, we don't know anything about it, all because of social media. And if you are doing it secretly that nobody knew, that one is not a problem. But now they are doing it openly and everybody is seeing it.
Mhm.
So what I was fighting against is that especially our young children and they are destroying their life. Because a man cannot you cannot do that and destroy the children's life. They are the future for black people. Yeah.
Yeah. So they want to destroy the black community. They want to destroy their people. Or they don't want to be alone in their misery. And since they're not going to be able to get to the adults, they're going to get to the children. Are children more susceptible to what they're doing or accepting because they don't know any better?
hmm Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because you see, like a whole lot of we the children, I would say we the children especially, sometimes we do learn on social media. Maybe I have a phone and I'm a young girl, which I have a phone. And imagine my mom have been watching on my phone, but I have my password with my Google and those stuffs. But they always put some show on YouTube, and I've been watching. And they will be saying, hey, if you're a guy, you can sleep with a guy, or if you're a man, you can do this. Hey, black people hate black women. Don't be with black women. They are evil. They are this. They are this. They are still teaching the children. And you see, as a me being a child, I will learn. And I will be telling my mother, hey mama, I hate you as a mama because you are a black woman. All because of what I have heard and what I have seen on social media.
Mm.
That's why some of the children now hate their mothers. That's why now of the children don't love their father or their mothers in the house. They hate to be with them. And they don't share idea with their fathers or their mothers again. Because in the 50s and the 40s, you are not seeing these things. And you can see that black children love their family like their mother and their father. And
Mm-hmm.
they share idea with them. Or because those time we don't normally have the social media which is working like the way it's working now. And now we are in computer system, electric we are in the world which is globalized. So children are learning a lot of things on social media. And we cannot say, well, because of them, we will not allow our children to go on social media because they go to social media to learn things over there. But they learn the good things, and people, the black people, some of them are putting black things, which is not good over there, and they are still learning, destroying the black people.
Okay.
Yeah. So what I think, we the blacks in the communities, we have to raise up. We have to wake up and work hard and save our children from these people, these black people who are doing all this nonsense. We have to wake up. If we don't wake up, by the time we wake up, our children will be gone. Our future will be gone. Black mothers and black brothers, we have to wake up and save our sisters and brothers.
Mm-hmm.
I think sometimes, I think some of them, they go into that, but we can fight against and they will put a stop to it. If everybody is saying,
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah, we do need to fight against it, but we need to know how. We can't just worry about the fear of being seen as homophobic.
hmm,
Yeah, yeah, because we trying to.
Yeah, dang,
Mhm.
dang.
Yes.
Read the private chat. Read the private chat in
Oh.
StreamYard.
Okay. 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 Oh. Okay. All right. Okay. All right.
yeah,
Uh, go ahead and talk. Let me see to everybody. Tell them a little bit about yourself. I'll be right back.
okay, okay, okay. I am Abdullah from Ghana, and I love my brothers and sisters who are in America. I really have much for my brothers and sisters who lives in America. And what I was thinking is that all my brothers and sisters who are from the motherland have to come back home so that we can have good things together as a brother and sisters. and especially Ghana. We know that we have good things in Africa, but especially Ghana. We have more things like, excuse me, we have more things like the zoo, the mountains, the marketing place. We have more things in Africa, especially Ghana. And I will come back and tell you more about Ghana for you to know much about my country. Yeah.
All right. All right. Sorry about that, y'all. Well, yeah. As I said, um, as I was saying that we shouldn't worry about homophobia. We gotta worry about our children um of being seen as homophobic. We gotta worry about our children because a lot of these pedophiles is part of or trying to be a part of a gay community, and there's a hidden agenda. We need to be more concerned about the children than these adults. You know,
Yeah.
because they're using the agenda to slip in these laws that's trying to lower the age of consent.
Mhm.
We had, I don't know if y'all seen it on the news. There was this man, no, Cispin, Cispin, who not only assaulted this 13-year-old, raped her, he killed her
Hmm.
because she didn't want to do it anymore. I guess she
Hmm.
was going to talk. Start paying close attention. We can't no longer excusing. No, they did not mean to say that. Take it as exactly at their word. Okay, hold on a second, y'all.
Yeah. Yeah, because they are doing that.
Well, yeah. Go ahead, Abner. Hold on. I'm gonna be a second.
Okay. They are doing that. You see, what I would tell about more about the children that they are teaching them or they are destroying the children. I would say we, the black women, we have to be very careful of our children. And we have to let our children come closer to us so that we can teach them what is going on social media everywhere. So if they go out or they go on social media and they see something over there, they can come closer to the mommy and ask, Mommy, I just see this thing. What is that? Then you can tell more story to your son or your daughter for them to know much about what is going on now. I think, yeah.
Okay, I'm back, y'all. Sorry about that. We had a hurricane come through Louisiana, and that's family coming to check on us. Cause I ain't been answering my phone. uh, because I have it on mute for right now. Yeah. So sorry, Abner. I didn't mean to interrupt, but yeah, we gotta pay attention because usually, uh, where the alphabet people wants to go, the pedos want to go too.
Mhm.
I don't know if y'all seen that, but there was this thing a while back about them wanting to read to the children library in full regalia, and there was a lot of pushback for that, but there was a lot of places where they didn't push back. And I saw a video on one of them. I was like, "This is a library? They letting this person do this in front of children?" I thought I was at a strip club. But okay, yeah, but these dudes are pushing back um on 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 black women, and they even try to trigger into a fight because now more and more women are becoming aware of these guys, and they trying to either stay out of their spaces or try not to let them trigger. But there was one topic that they said that me and Avner was discussing about what do black women bring to the table.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So Avner, what do black
Yeah.
women bring to the table uh, when when they trying to establish if they want to marry this woman or not? So what can black women bring to the table?
Is it black women?
Or what
You
can
said
you bring
what?
to the table? What do you bring to the table?
Okay, okay. If I'm marrying a man,
Haven't I? Okay.
I mean,
Okay, you back.
hello.
All right, you back. Go ahead. What you were
Yeah,
saying?
I was saying that as a black woman, you have to support your man to bring food to the table. It's not your duty as a woman to bring food to the table, but you have to support him. It's not your duty. A man have to do that. But as a woman, you have to support your husband a little bit. That doesn't mean that the man have to carry everything on her head. If I am a woman supporting you, helping you bringing the food to the table. So if I help you too, you shouldn't blame me if the day that comes I did not help you. You shouldn't blame me because I do. Yeah.
Okay, so you're saying the man should bring in the food and you help him bring in the food. But if he don't
Yeah.
bring in no food, you can't help him bring in no food.
Yeah. Yeah.
so
Because
so what you
because
bring to the table is what he brings to the table.
oh okay. Assuming he brings the money, I'll bring the food.
Okay.
If he bring the money, I'll provide the food.
Okay. So
Yeah.
he uh-huh.
Yeah. He have to bring the money and I'll bring the food to the table.
Yeah, but when they ask these questions, they asking not don't depend on what they bring to the table. They want to know what you bring to the table to see if it meets his table. What do you?
No, it doesn't sound great. It's not great. Why should it? Ah, no, 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 no. Because that is especially as a man, that is your work, and that is what you have to do, and you are not doing it, and I am supporting you. You would, oh no, 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 no. I don't think. No, 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 no.
What you mean? No, no, no. Is it out of order? What? Is it not possible to answer that question?
Yeah, it's not possible because why will you? Why will you ask me such a question? Like you bring the money and I bring the food to the table, and you said, um, they said what? Sorry, I troubled the question a little bit.
Okay. Okay. I think he wants to know what qualities you have as a woman that you bring into the relationship. If you was to have a relationship with him, What qualities do you bring as the woman to
Okay,
the
you see,
relationship?
okay, a woman being a quality to a man, being that a woman have to support a man in the house, like helping the children in the house. One, two, a woman have to cook for his husband. Three, if a woman has a job, he have to work. You shouldn't be a housewife. And what I think much is by you giving your husband advice and loving your husband. Yeah.
Okay. Wait a minute. Did you just say that you shouldn't be just a housewife?
Yes, a woman have to work. Why should you be a housewife without working? Here is a case. If you are not working, that is where the problems have been coming from. But at least do something little. If you can work for government, you can do something little on table and sell. And at least you can bring a penny to the house to support your husband. It's not your work to support your husband, but that's what you can provide. Because
Okay.
I know when a man marry a woman, the responsibility as a man, you have to take care of your wife and your children.
Hmm.
You shouldn't leave everything on a wife for your wife to do it for you. But without you doing it, and I am a woman, I have to support you a little. So assuming you bring a little money, I also have to add some little coins to it, making making it up to the point that we need.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Well, what if he says, I make enough money where you don't need to work to make the ends meet? I just want you to
Oh,
stay in the house, take care of the kids, take care of the house situation.
okay.
What you
Okay.
feel?
Yeah, that one, you the man or you the man, you are the one telling me I should stay in the house. But you know something? When a man tells you to be in the house, I make a lot of money, I have everything. Later, he will come back and tell you, my wife is lazy, he don't want to work, she don't want to do this, she will be blaming you for everything. She was the one who tell you, he was the one who tell you, don't work. But later on, he will come and say, my wife don't do anything, my wife don't do this, she don't do anything in the house, she don't take care of my children, whilst you are taking care of the children. So for me, advice I will give my women that if a man says don't work, be in the house, tell my man, if he says I shouldn't work, then open up something for me to do in the house without going to work, but I'll still do something little and bring something small. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Kia Grace asks, shouldn't a man know what he wants the woman he's interested in to bring to the table? Shouldn't a man know what he wants the woman he's interested in to bring to the table?
Oh yeah, yeah. She have to know. He have to know. He have to know. Yeah, he have to know.
Okay. So if he's asking you, is he saying that he don't know what he wants the woman to bring to the table, or is he just trying to find out what she brings to the table and see if that's what he wants?
Why even in first place? Why will you ask me such a question? That what will I bring to the table? As a man, you are ready for marriage, and you came to marry me. Why are you asking me all those questions? Whilst you are a man.
He wants to make sure you're the right one. He wants to make sure um, that you don't change up on him. I guess I don't know. Before I came here, I never heard that question.
Okay. Because if you want to know that I'm the right person, that is not what I'll bring to the table makes you new. the right person you are choosing. Somebody can tell you all the right things that, hey, I'll bring this to the table, I'll bring this to the table, I'll do this, I'll do this. But later on, when she get married to you, she will not do that. That one, too, what will you do?
I guess
But
it's
we, but without you knowing it, and you marry your wife, and later you were doing your own thing, and she started helping you. I think that is the correct way because she volunteered himself to help you. Yeah. So you shouldn't, as a man, you shouldn't ask your wife all these questions. You shouldn't.
okay. So as a man, he shouldn't be asking these questions. He should be
Yeah.
getting to know the type of woman you are.
Boom. Yeah.
Okay, all right, yeah. And you figure, okay, and I'm thinking, hey, if she thinks she knows what you want, how you know she's not gonna just say what you want to hear? That's why you get to know the person, and then you have your answers, your questions answered. You get to know them. You're not gonna get an instantaneous answer to something like that. That's not something you're gonna learn about that person immediately. Not even just because they told you. Well, she told me. Well, she told you a lot of stuff you want to hear. What did she do? How did she act? When you were
Mhm.
dating her, getting to know her, what was her people like? How is she around her people? You got to get to know the person. But there's idiots out there that will ask the question. Usually these guys have been multiple divorced, at least divorced once. But the main guy that came up with this question was divorced at least 3 times. And
Yeah.
I'm thinking, okay, so
Because they don't do their homework well. That's why.
do you think they don't know how to do the homework? Maybe.
Yes. If they do their homeworks well, they will not get a divorce 3 times or 2 times.
You figure after the first divorce they learn from their mistake, but no, they don't. It's the woman's fault. That's what they do. They say it's the woman's fault. Oh,
Why
but I
everything
was
they blame the
perfectly
women?
fine, and all of a sudden she left me.
I don't think that is true because how can you say that the woman left you without you doing anything? You probably do something to the woman and you don't want to voice out so that everybody will knew what you did or what you do to the woman and they will give you a little advice because you don't voice out.
Well, as far as they're concerned, they didn't do no wrong.
Oh,
They say they brought in the money, they work.
and
I,
that is wrong. That is wrong. Because what I think everything which is being wrong, if somebody do everything wrong and he or she will be started complaining about it. People that do correct thing, they don't normally complain. Why will you complain and why will you blame the woman? You said you were a man and you want a woman and you have get it. What will you do for your woman to be happy? What will you do so that your woman will love you more? What will you do so that your woman can help you in the house? Because women are doing all kind of house stresses. They should leave their work and come and support you in your workplace. No, you are not doing anything. You can be a man, be in the house without working, and you will be suspecting that, hey, my wife have to bring money and work and cook food for me. Then later on, you still go around and say, my wife is this, my wife is this, blaming your wife for nothing. Why?
mm,
Is it
uh,
because we don't learn from our mistakes?
yeah. Uh,
Yeah, because. We have to learn from our mistakes and knew what we did before that incident happened. We knew what we done before that issue come with my wife. Then you can learn and solve your solution or solve your homework well. So when you go for another woman, nothing will happen to you again. So that so that you, my brothers, will start blaming the women. Yeah,
Okay. All right. Emmanuel Briggs was like, we need standards in our community to separate ourselves from people that are harmful to it. Once we start to do that, things will improve for the better.
oh
Yeah,
yeah,
but it's the pinpoint of um who are the harmful people. You know, some people can't separate from their family or their group. Let's see. Okay, and okay, he was saying something to somebody else. Absolutely right. My mother told me you better be equally yoked with the woman that you chose and bring something to the table to be able to carry your end in the same way you expect her to carry hers.
yeah, yeah. So that is why I was saying that you have to help the woman so that the woman can also help you. Because without you helping the woman, how will the woman also help you? Assuming your wife is selling in the market and you are just in the house doing nothing. Why don't you go to the market and help your wife in the market? You know you are off and your off day you can rest. Yeah, I knew you have to rest. But don't you have to go to the market and help your wife a little bit and come back home and rest. That make the love more. That creates much love between you and your wife.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah. So hey, if you believe in working, you should find a woman that works. You know, and you should
yeah.
find a man that's willing to help you work. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But
Because a woman, a man that will tell you, give you advice that hey, my woman, don't work, don't do this. I don't think that man loves you. He don't love you. He just wants to be his maid or he's something else in the house. Because I know person who loves you will tell you, my wife, let us work together, do this kind of job, I'll do this kind of job, so that we can join money together for the children's future. That is someone who is thinking about you. That is someone who have love for you as a woman.
well, Emmanuel Riggs says, "Thank you, Abner. We love our brothers and sisters in the motherland and throughout the world. To throughout the world too." Yeah, and
Yeah.
Kaya said they don't want to do the work to know the woman. That is too much work for them. They just want to know what she brings out of the gate so they can squeeze her for all her love.
And if they are doing that, it will help us. It will help we the blacks. That is something we have to know.
Hmm. And
Yeah.
highly favored said, a man recently told me he didn't have sex with his mate for 8 years living in the same house. He said she told him intercourse hurt. I know it had to be for another reason.
She said, oh sorry, I'm tripping.
She said sex hurt. So she hadn't had sex with her husband for 8 years and they've been living in the house together.
They don't have sex. So if they are not having sex, why will you marry a woman for? Do you marry the woman for living with him in the room? And you see, those are the things that I think we have to teach ourselves about being in a relationship.
I
I was thinking,
I was thinking the
okay,
guy made that up so he could try to talk some woman to having sex with him, even though he's married. Oh, poor baby. She don't appreciate you. You know, it could be some medical reason.
okay,
How did Favor say? He said they had sex for 7 years before that.
okay, okay. So if it is medical problem, I think you have to let your wife to know, or you have to let your husband to know what is going on between the two of you, so that you can understand yourselves. And you see, what I was thinking that we have to teach the black men and the black women about being, before you enter into relationship, you have to know about who you are going to marry, and do the things that you do before getting to marry. Yeah, you cannot wake up and go and say, "Hey, I'm going to marry this man, I'm going to marry this woman." No, you have to do your homework. Like, for instance, seeing a woman and you love the woman, you just go, "Hey, hi, how are you, sister?" Then the woman will answer you. Then you ask the name. She will definitely give you her name. Then you say, "Okay, I have some much love for you. So can I be with you?" Those are the things. It's like first first question you are asking the woman to know much about the woman before you get into relationship and marry. We shouldn't just wake up and see a woman or see a man at the roadside and we say, "Hey, I love you." No, as a black women and black men, we have to know all those things before we get into relationship. We have to teach ourselves before we be in relationship. Yeah. Yeah. Because if you're a black woman and you don't know anything about relationship and you go and marry a man, I think you're gonna suffer. And the same goes to the men. If you're a black man and you don't know much about relationship and you marry a woman, that's where the fight or quarrel comes from. Because you don't know. You don't understand where you are going. Because you see, okay, for me like this, I am a black woman from Africa, and I know we Africa, my brothers and sisters who are in Africa, they do to our parents or our grandparents do to tell us, "Hey, if you see a woman or you see a man that you want to marry, bring her, bring him to the house or bring her to the house." So you see, these are the family who's going to do investigation for you. They are going to ask more questions for you, the man or the woman, before you get married. But I don't know about my brothers and sisters who are in the States. My brothers and sisters who are in the States, I don't know much about them. Like the way we do in Ghana is the same way they do in Africa and in America. I don't know.
Well, Highly Favored said she wouldn't let him go to the hospital with her to find out why she hurt her. Why she hurt. I think she was tired of his BS. His bull. Kaya's
But
agreeing.
before she will marry him, she know that she have the BS. Don't she know?
Wait, sit down. Sit down. No, I need you to get across that line. What? The wire. I got wires sticking out. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. I thought I muted up. Okay. BS is a abbreviation for crap, bullshit. I was trying not to avoid to curse, and so were they. All right. They weren't married. Wait a minute. They weren't married. Highly favored. Yeah, I just drunk some ginger tea. I guess I'm gonna have to skipped the tea bag. I was in a hurry, so I just went with the tea bag instead of the ginger root. So they weren't married. So yeah, it's even more bull crap. Wait a minute. She definitely upset about something. I don't know how, as a man, you couldn't see sense that your woman was that distant from you. I have no idea why. But he wanted a relationship with me. I said, heck no. Very good. Yeah, very wise, highly favored. I personally think he just saying that so he can get some sympathy sex. You know, oh, my woman. You'd be like, don't you have a woman? Yeah, but she don't understand. We haven't had sex in 8 years. She said it hurts and she won't tell me why. You know, hoping to get to get some from you, highly favored. But hey, highly favored ain't no fool. She's like, he wanted a relationship with me, and I said, heck no. No, even if it was true, what is he doing or not doing that she told him that it hurt, and she's not trying to go in the hospital or take him with her to find out, what's going on, why it hurts when she has sex, or does it hurt when she has sex with him? Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It says it sounds like a whole bunch of drama you didn't need to be attached to. Yeah, get caught up in that, and then find out later he been lying. Oh, okay. Highly favored said, I think she may have thought because he didn't ask to marry after 7 years, she didn't want to have sex anymore. Well, that's shooks. Well, shooks, she might as well just get out of the house. Go the next step of the way. Don't have sex. Look for another place. Move out. Or was he in her place? Well, if he's in her place, then yeah, kick him out. Shooks. Nowadays, you can't tell. Is she in his place or he in her place? Shoot, 7 years. Okay. She blocked and deleted him. Oh, okay. Sorry, I was laughing. Highly favored blocked and deleted him.
Oh.
And she left him and moved to Detroit. See, I told you.
Yeah. 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 She will leave you.
But she waited 8 years. Wait a minute. It said it
Yeah, because she
has
wants to know everything.
and then 8 years. So what? She wasn't working or something. She had to get a work history. Maybe she felt ashamed she wasted 7 years of a good life with him. Yeah, but when you add eight on top of that, that's not helping.
Mhm.
Oh, it took her that long to move. 15 years, a long time to be with someone and no marriage. Especially if that's what you're planning from the get go. That's the thing. You shouldn't be, well, shouldn't be living with anybody before you get married.
Mhm.
Don't live with people before you get married. I know it's considered old fashioned, but trust me, they might. Did they have kids? Cause some of them, there'd be kids all involved. I'd be like, wait a minute, you want to get
Yeah.
married, you live with the man, and you have kids in the mix.
They
Now
will not
that's
give you
one
respect.
thing. Now that's one thing. When I do know some people that they do not believe in marriage, all the pomp and all the piece of paper. They live with each other. They love each other. Yeah, that's enough for them. There are those, but that's they both discussed that. They both wanted that. It's not just one person wanting it. Uh, but if you want to be married, then you gotta be upfront with that. You can't be playing no guessing games. Smart movie sound like a pretty selfish and insensitive dude. You did self a favor. No, they didn't have kids together. Yay! Point in her favor. She was doing wifely duties without a ring. hmm No wifely duties.
Mhm.
Don't live together. I know it's tempting. Available sex there. I don't know if he was helping out on the rent or whatever. And I'd be
Mhm.
like, no, no, no. You gotta be upfront. Hey, look, I'm not trying to get married. We cool. Companionship, sex. Okay, that's in my wheelhouse. I probably still won't live with you because I like the idea that when I get tired of you, I could go to my own place
Mhm.
and you will not be there. That idea appeals to me. It'd be like, wait a minute, don't you mean he comes to your place? Okay, no, no, I go to his, and when I get on his nerves or he get on my nerves, I go to my place, and he has it back. No, I find that when dudes come into your place, they they hibernate, they stay. They don't get the idea that they supposed to go, especially when there's food available, sex available. No, 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 no. You're gonna be one of those women. We're not getting married. Have your own place. He has his place. You go to his place,
Mhm.
and then when you get tired of him, you go to your place. You don't, and y'all don't exchange keys unless y'all really, really tight. But be prepared for him to be coming over your house when he gets drunk or something. I've been out with my boys. I'm too drunk to drive. I made it over here. Can I crash until I sober up and come back? All it hurts with. Yeah, I did say, was it only when she has sex with him? That don't mean she couldn't have been having sex with somebody else, you know? 8 years without sex. She laying next to someone every night with a big tax axe of someone. They were very disciplined people. There must have been some love there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you want marriage, you gotta mention marriage. You gotta say, look, you know, once you get into the know, once you're in that phase where I want to marry this dude, I feel we worked. You better say something. Okay, you better talk. I ain't saying say it on the first date, but say sometime in the getting to know you that you want to be married.
Mhm.
Just even if you say if he go to have sex and be like, I want to be married first. Hey, that's in there. I want to be married.
Yeah, and I think that one will help you because if you said you want to get married, he will respect you more than the way he having sex with you and leave you.
Oh, okay. Oh, I didn't pick up on this. Highly favored said they needed each other financially, is why they stayed together so long. But when she lost her job, is when she left. He had moved into the next room after they stopped having sex. Well, yeah, it's gonna be hard. That's how he was able to stay disciplined, as far as we know. You know, okay, it hurts. I don't want to hurt her. But dang it, that snuggling is turning me on. I'll be trying to sex her in my sleep. That's why you have separate bedrooms so you can staycation from each other in the same house and not going to need each other nerves. Now that ain't gonna work for me. Now I gotta go to my own house. He can't be there. I don't care if he's in the next room. No, no. Own place. But oh yeah, I forgot about people are living together financial reasons. Yeah, and either your family's not there, or your family gets on your nerves, or Sometimes I feel like Lifetime get their movie ideas from black people. Oh my goodness. I ain't watched Lifetime movies in a while. You know they've been sanitized for white people. There probably been a few kids in there. Yeah. He's some kind of slob. Okay, I'm a type of slob. I'll eat cookies in bed. I don't care if there's crumbs. I either shake them off or I just make sure they land all on my shirt and I'll hold my shirt up and walk to the trash can and dump all the crumbs in the trash can. But more often than not, I you can tell where I've been hibernating at. There's a crumb facility there. I'm surprised I don't be having ants. Yeah. Yeah, so that's another reason why I have to have my own place. Do the guy really need to know how junky I am? That that if he used to go to my house, the lump that's on the other side of my bed is actually a bunch of books, papers, whatever else I'm doing, maybe a computer. That's not another dude. It said, "You're laying up with a dude," and you're like, "No, no, that's papers and clothes and books." See, look here, pull back the cover. There's no room for no dude on that side of the bed. Thanks, Holly Favor. Yeah, yeah. Actually, I've been eating something I wasn't supposed to eat when I got a cold. I was eating some cheese. Shh, don't tell nobody. Yeah, I had a egg and cheese sandwich, so you know. Okay, I learned my lesson. I'm not gonna eat any more cheese, but you know, it was uh, okay. I'm a cheese junkie too. All right, um, so yeah, I forgot nowadays people are living together, financially, but hey, if you're expecting to get married, you better say something or point out, hey, we're gonna be roommates. Only thing we're gonna be sharing is the bills and utilities, rent, utilities. You stay in your room, I stay in my room. I don't bring no dude over here. You don't bring no women over here, cause you know that's drama. All it takes is the other woman to see you going to the kitchen, get you a snack before you head back to your bedroom, and they be like, "Who is she?" Or she's thinking you secretly want her man. Well, if you was hoping to get married, that could be the case. Yeah, we would have been got our reparation for that alone. Let's see, wait. People just need to date their purpose, whatever it is, when it comes to relationship. If you're dating to be married, then make that known as your purpose in the beginning of the relationship. Yes, ladies, please, and dudes. Yes, you dudes that's dating to be married. Yes, they are out there. I know. I run into them when I was in that I am not trying to get married phase. I ran into them. It seemed like when you're not trying to get married, that's when you run into every type of dude that wants to get married. I'm like, oh man, I don't want to get married. I'm gonna see if I can hook you up with a friend. I don't believe in hookups. I don't like that. I don't like it for me, so I don't do it. Now, if you ask me who the dude is and you want me to introduce you, I introduce you. But purposely hooking up blind date type thing, no, I'm not that person. I hate that. It just shows me either how well my friends and relatives do not know me. I had one aunt who tried to hook me up, and this was so totally not me that I was looking at her sideways. I never trusted ever since because it told me more about her and what she thinks she knows about me. She came at it from her point of view, not from mine. Yeah, which is usually the thing. Another person don't know necessarily what you like or what you into or what you're interested in. They can take a guess at it, but usually they usually be off, badly off. Uh, since we mentioned in movies, for those that like to watch movies, in the Android store they have an app called the Hey. I'm gonna start reading you, Manuel Briggs. You gonna have me there advertising stuff. Yeah, but back to what I was saying. Yeah. So if you dating just to have companionship, or if you want the real term, uh, sex with benefits, friendship with benefits, because there's a dudes that's out there for that. They dating to have sex. Yeah, they tend to outnumber the dudes that's dating the married, but they are out there. Mm-mm. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, we're gonna have to go back to the courting days, old fashioned ways. Get to know the person. Okay, we're gonna do a modified courting where you get to know the person. You do not live with each other. If it's just about sex, you mention it just about sex. So y'all could keep it moving. But I don't want to look like no hoe. Well, we got euphemism. You'll find a way. But if you since the dude is after marriage, he might not want just sex, or he might say yeah to sex right now, cause hey, he's a dude. If you good looking, and maybe deep down he's hoping he can change your mind, just like women think I'll be able to change the dude mind. Okay, let me stop. Let me stop. Abner, save me. I'm taking over.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So you heard me running off at the mouth here.
Yeah, I hear you.
Mhm. Okay, so okay, I must be falling behind. Because Manuel Briggs is just mentioning the cheese sandwich. Oh, I'm behind. Maybe I'm reading behind. Yeah, and well, it wasn't technically a grilled cheese. It was a slice of cheese with uh, a soft fried eggs on it, put between two slices of bread. uh, Actually, I was planning on doing a sardine omelet.
Oh, okay.
Oh, dang. Too bad the roads are closed down here in Louisiana, Kaya. But thanks. I might have to make some soup. Yeah, I
Where will
think.
you get the things?
Mm-hmm.
Where will you get the things because the roads have been closing down?
Yeah, make a vegetable soup with some tomatoes. Okay, I'm gonna
you,
make a
you
chicken vegetable soup.
no, you need a light soup.
Okay, so vegetable soup.
Okay, okay. I think that one will be better. Yeah.
Okay, I don't know why you think the feds care about that. Yeah, so down this way, I was on hurricane watch. I was steadily watching the water creeping up my sidewalk and out the ditches into the yard. Hey y'all, I had a big yard side swimming pool. Good thing the babies went off to higher ground. They would have been out there having fun in all that water. But luckily, it's not raining, so the water's all down. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
But it's also raining in Ghana. It was raining heavy since yesterday to this morning. It
Mm.
rained and it stopped around 2 o'clock. And more gutters are overflowed. The rain, the waters is on the road everywhere. It's overflowed.
Uh,
Some places overflowed high. Yeah.
yeah. Well, yeah. Same with the ditches. They were flooding out. Actually, they were flooding pretty slowly, But
No.
yeah. So for a while there, the ditches were clear, but since part of the yard at the complex is a little lower, so the water that was flooding the ditches was slowly spreading out, and then our parking lot floods easily. The drains are too far away, and let's see, yeah,
Okay.
and up the middle because the apartment building is a little bit on higher ground. It creates a V in the on the sidewalk, so there's like a river of water on the sidewalk, and it's
Uh,
slowly getting spread out towards our porches and doors. Well, the porch, as far as I could tell, it didn't get more than maybe a couple of steps away from my porch where I had the sandbags blocking off the door. Yeah. So no water in the apartment complex this time.
yeah.
Electricity kept bouncing on and off. So
Mm.
good thing we didn't have to do a live yesterday. Cause I've been kicking out every couple of seconds. In fact,
Oh, okay.
yeah, I took a picture. But so imagine my surprise when I woke up and opened the door and found a tree branch in front of my porch. I said, wait a minute. That tree branch was floating all the way in the middle of the sidewalk. How did it get way over here? I guess after I fell asleep, it must have rained some more. So everybody east of Louisiana, y'all getting the rain now. So y'all be careful of the high winds and the tornadoes that might be spinning out. But the rain is definitely going in y'all direction. Yep, yep. Mhm. All right. So we had talked about the alphabet group, the pedophiles. We've talked about the question of what do uh black women bring to the table
Mm-hmm.
when and we decided that's an idiotic question. That's not a question you bring to black women. You're supposed to already know what you want, and you get to know the woman to see if that's what she brings. If she don't bring it, you step it. You don't ask her. Her answer depends on your answer. What do you bring to the table, black man? So she can't answer your question before you answer that question.
Yeah.
If you know what you bring, and she can bring it too, and you find that you like her. Yes, it's important that you like her and love her and grow a relationship together. Then go for it. If you don't, or you don't have the answers to those questions, to that question of what you bring to the table, don't step to it. Don't even bother dating until you got those questions answered. What do I bring to the table? If you only bring yourself and your video game and your sneaker collection and your clothes, that is not enough. Step away from the black woman. Step away from any woman. If you out having sex, strap up, wrap it up, cover it up, because we do not want to bring children because you don't have none of these stuff to help take care of the children. In fact, you should be celibate. When a woman come up to you, the first thing you should be is I'm celibate and I'm working, and that's it. Nah, that's my bad, Emmanuel. I gotta be careful what I'm reading. It's no problem. hmm Yeah. So, black men, if you don't have the answer to that question, what I bring to the table, don't step, don't step, don't come up to you wasting her time, your time. And if some reason you persuade her to marry you when you don't have all this stuff, y'all will be getting a divorce because you would not have answered them questions, and you'll find out later that what you bring to the table is totally different from what she can help you with, to help you with to bring to the table. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Yeah. Oh, hey, Belle. How's it going? So, as you could tell, I was busy talking. All right, Abner, what do you want to say anything?
Oh no, I'm done. Just I'll sit up. I have to give my black sisters and brothers advice that we have to love ourselves. As we are blacks, we have to give maximum respect to our women so that our women also give respect to the men. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, we've been advising on here. So you think I'm being unreasonable when I tell black men that if they don't have that question, what they can bring to the table themselves, that they should stay away from women, be celibate, concentrate on getting answering them questions of what they bring, or get themselves together so they can bring something to the table. Yeah, okay. Some men would be like, no, no, now you deep policing. Yes, I'm deep policing for your own good. Now you don't have to follow my advice. Hey, you don't have to take my word for it. You could do whatever you want to do. But then I don't want to hear you whining and crying about she pressed child support on me. It's her fault. I didn't want to have kids. She didn't make me put a condom on. She didn't get an abortion. She kept the kid. Why should I have to have the kid? Pay child. I don't want to hear that. You either accept my depolicing or you suffer the consequences. God dang it. And stop whining. Hello, Max. Am I being too hard on the fellas?
No, 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 no. I think you guys did a good job. So this whole thing about what black women bring to the table is a bunch of BS. You're talking about guys who have grudges against high school girlfriends or high school sweethearts. Okay, maybe they were asked that question back in the ninth grade, right? When they was wearing their knickerbockers and pro kids and their psychedelic shirts with the big butterfly collars, right? And they thought they would fly. And they stepped to a girl and she was like, but what do you bring to the table? And the answer was nothing. So they've probably been traumatized ever since then. I think that's where they get it from. They're trying to reverse it on black women. What do black women bring to the table? Any man knows what a woman brings to the table. Any real man, anyway, knows what a woman brings. You don't have to ask a woman what the hell she brings to the table. If you don't know what she brings to the table, then you're probably gay. You know?
Or you
Can you
don't
guys
know
hear
her
me?
well enough. Or
You
they
guys
don't
hear me?
know. Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah,
Or they
we
don't,
Yeah,
can
or
hear
they don't
you.
yeah.
know her. Or
Right.
they
If
don't
you
know
don't
her
know what
well
a
enough.
right, if you don't know what a woman brings to you, then you're probably gay. You probably should go ask black men what are they bringing to the table. That seems to be more your speed, you know. And since we got this mad rush of effeminate dudes online, let me ask you girls a question. Okay. All right. If a
Okay.
guy, say you went to the gym one day, right? Okay, and you was working out, and say you may be lifting a little bit of weights or whatever, and you saw these guys there, right? And they working out with you and shit. But you noticed something. You noticed that they couldn't lift as much weight as you. You were actually stronger than them, right? You noticed that at the gym. But then afterwards, you notice these guys later in a social setting talking about they're masculine and they're alpha males and they want a woman to submit. What would you think about that?
Submit to what?
Well, he wants you to submit to his manhood, even though you can lift more weights than him.
Uh-huh.
If you can lift 100 pounds, he can only lift, let's say, 80 pounds.
Uh-huh.
Would you submit to a guy like that?
No, but
My thing
man,
is, some women say, and I think this is a huge mistake, right? Some women say, well, it's not the brawn, it's the brain. Well, see, not in all cases it isn't. I'll give you that in some cases. It's not the bronze, it's the brains. But not in all cases. In some cases, it's definitely the brawn. Okay? So when it comes down to a guy protecting you and your children, you need brawn as well as brains. Definitely brawn, a lot of brawn. All right. So if the guy didn't bring the brawn, could you still be with a guy? Could you still submit to a guy who didn't bring the brawn to the table? Hey, let's turn that into a
no.
question, ladies. Could you submit to a man that didn't bring brawn to the table?
well, probably not,
Now he's
especially
coming to
because
now he's coming to your table and he don't have any brawn. So what happened? What happens next? Abby, are you there?
There, I'm here.
So a man likes you and he shows up at your table with no brawn. What's up? What's up with that? What you gonna do?
You said a man like me and he did
He
what?
shows up. He shows up to the table with no brawn. And then tell him what brawn is.
Braun is strength. He's not as strong as you physically. He can't do the heavy lifting.
Not
Oh
right. Right. He brings no
no, I
brawn to the table. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Wait a minute now. He's an educated lame. He'll say, hey, look, I'm an educated lame. Well, you seem kind of weak. Yeah, you know, but it's not about the brawn. It's about the brains. So, okay, let's put that to the test. How many women are cool with a guy showing up with no brawn? Ladies, don't all jump at once.
I,
Let's hear it.
I think it's a woman that wants to dominate her man that don't mind him not having any brawn. Because hey, I expect the dude to do the heavy lifting. I expect him to change my tire. I expect him to lift the tire out the trunk and all that other stuff. I expect him to do anything that requires lifting, anything that requires strength. I will. He can't be my man if he can't be stronger than me.
Wait a
Because
minute. Now, it doesn't take brains to lift a tire out of a trunk. I mean, your
uh,
man, he's an educated lame. He supposedly have brains. Are you saying that even though he has brains, you still require him to change a tire and be able to lift the tire out of the trunk and still do basic manly things? Is that what you're saying?
yeah.
But wait a minute, but he's an educated lame. Where does that fit into the grand scheme of things?
Okay. Well, he could. Okay, there are some educated man lames that could still lift the tire out. But if he's an educated
No,
lame,
no,
he
no,
can't lift
no,
no.
no. See, no,
He
no,
can't lift.
no. See,
Mhm.
he's saying he's not lifting no tire out of the thing because he can't, right? Because he's weak. He's not changing the tire because he doesn't want to get his knees dirty. He's not doing any of that when he gets the hands dirty. And then his response to you is, "How dare you ask me these things? I am an educated lame."
Then he's gonna be educated by himself because he can't be with me. I'm sorry. There's stuff in life that's gonna require some heavy lifting. I'll do it if
So,
I absolutely have to, but I really rather have a man to do the heavy lifting. I don't
so
mind doing it
Abby,
with you, but no.
right? Where's Abby? Abby,
I'm here.
is she still? So,
I'm here.
right. So the man tells you he can't do the heavy lifting because he is an educated lame. What is your response to that? Does being an educated
Okay,
lame
if he cannot
excuse him
be,
from his manly duty?
Mhm.
Uh
Yeah, if he cannot do it, I can be with him. I don't think I can be with him.
Why not? He's an educated lame.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's an educated lame. He's a high value educated lame.
yeah.
Yeah, he's high value educated lame who can't change a tire or lift a spare tire out of the trunk. What are you saying? He's at the top of the food chain.
Yes, because of his educating lane, I cannot be with him.
Why? Tell me why. Because you need a man to do what?
Okay, I need a man who will be with me and he who can carry me and give me, you know, as usual, you know already. Who can also help me doing my things in the room or in the house. So if I take somebody who is educated, he cannot do it and he cannot help
Uh,
me. So I don't think I can be with that person.
hmm. Interesting. These guys say that they're highly desired and that black women should compete for them. Should you be competing for such a man? Should you compete with other women for guys who have no brawn? Ladies,
Yeah.
question. Should y'all be competing with other women for guys who have no brawn?
I would
Dame?
throw the race. I would throw the competition so she can have them. I don't want them. I won't be competing. And if somehow I found that I was competing, I would throw the race.
Uh-huh.
Hmm.
So you're that you have no interest competing. So I got a
Okay, we temporarily lost Max. Emmanuel Briggs, I think the clipping of the testes is a little extreme, but I get your point. Yes, I do. I do. I would be looking at a dude sideways if he couldn't. lift the tire. I'd be looking at him like a child. I don't expect the child to be able to lift the tire of the car, but I sure expect a grown man to, even if he's scrawny and look like he shouldn't be able to lift that tire out of the trunk. And I've seen them scrawny where they look like they couldn't lift it, but sure enough, they get it out there. I've seen the derelict men in my neighborhood who not only can
Oh,
lift the tire out, they can change the tire. So if the derelict men in my neighborhood could change a tire, I sure as heck expect my man to change a tire. So if you educated lame and you can't lift a tire, can't change a tire, you don't, or you just plain don't want to and don't feel you should, uh bye bye. Nice. Well, I would say it was nice knowing you, but since you can't help me change my tire, you go away so I can get a guy who will lift the tire, change the tire
now
over here. Cause long as you over here, you blocking the guy that can. Max must have drop off signal loss or something. Oh yeah, that's why Kai Grace, when they were talking about that the women gonna have to turn to them uh, for the quarantine. Uh, and I was like, I said, Negro, you still not gonna get chosen. They're not going to be that desperate because what is happening is the men who all work are now home. So she's looking all over the neighborhood and she's seeing men who normally be at work and don't have time for all the stuff being able to catch up on stuff. I saw men with their tool belts, tool kits. They working on cars. They're working on the yard. Father and son repairing a fence, working on roofs. So you educated lame, you're still not going to be picked when you see a sea of men with tool belts working around the house, working around the yard, cutting the grass, planting a garden, doing all kind of stuff. I saw one woman, she was in her man's truck, and it's like, oh, something happened. Yeah, he told me to go in the truck because he finally have the time to get around to doing all the work on my car. He's doing all of it instead of a little piece at a time as he gets a day off because he's working 6 days a week, sometimes seven. So yeah, so I was cracking up when these idiots was going all over YouTube saying that now they have to choose them. Oh no, they don't. They not gonna see you. Is okay. Kaya's like it's only the physical labor they can do is in the bedroom. Then I don't want them. Yeah, yeah. You gonna get the exact woman that you don't want. The ugly, the
yeah,
fat,
you cannot be
low self-esteem, Becky.
sure. Yeah, you cannot be with your wife and you said, hey, I can do all it in the bedroom without doing anything outside. No, as soon as you can do it in the bedroom. You have to do it in outside. Yeah, so that your wife can enjoy and she will be happy.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Avna. Okay, Avna. I guess have something going on in the background. Yeah, even Skeletor can lift that tire. Yeah, I could do it too, but it takes me forever to change a tire. I can lift it up and work with the jack. What takes me about 45 minutes to an hour to change a tire, I've seen dudes do it in less. That's why I like to do, and then my body don't be physically hurt in as much. I've seen guys go in there and and this is the manual. You got a turn screw type jack, not the up and down jack. Just to do that in less time. Oh, that's so nice, Mayor Briggs. Yeah, 12-year-old. Yeah, yeah. I know it's moms is a little thrown off when your 12-year-old can change a tire better and faster than you can, especially when he got the man showing him how to do it right, and we don't have to play guess where we supposed to put the jack at. Okay, not every woman's like that. I'm a bad. I've been spoiled. I've had uncles, grandfathers, men in my neighborhood. Oh, they wouldn't hear of no woman. I could just stand by my car, looking womanly, pulling the jack and stuff out of the car, and if I take my time with it, do it just right, and half the flash is gone. I have a guy, no matter what the color is, come and change a tire in 5 minutes because that's they can't see a woman doing that. Woman's supposed to be out of the way, danger, and they try to get her up and off the road as quickly as possible because they don't want her to be stranded. Because in their head, all kind of awful scenarios is going on. If they leave a woman stranded there, she gets assaulted, raped, kidnapped, eaten, killed by wolves and wild dogs and wild pigs. Trust me, men uh, have more imagination of women being in danger than they like to be known. So they can't help themselves. I don't care if they running late for work. They hoping somebody come along that can help you, but if nobody else, they will be there. And they call, I'm gonna be late for work. Uh, Woman on the side road, uh, flat tire, and all I gotta do is make sure I got a spare tire. Nothing makes a man exasperated when you got a spare flat and a flat tire. I know because that had happened, but it wasn't my fault. Nobody told me the spare was flat, and I ended up getting a flat. And I found out the hard way myself. God dang it! Why didn't you tell me the spare was flat? But sorry about that, y'all. I'm just talking. Yes, yeah. So yeah, yeah. If the 12-year-olds start right, oh, and they love it. They can't wait for mama to get a flat tire so they can show mama. No, no, mom, I got it. Uncle Manuel showed me how to do it, and let them do it. Let them do it. Let them show you. Because there are some moms that get a little too overprotective, and they'll block the children. Yeah, yeah. Changing the tire. Yeah. It gives me hope because um yeah, I see guys and talk to them. Yeah, I've been spoiled in that sense that all my growing up years, my driving years, and I started driving at 20. Even when I wasn't driving, I was in the car with my mom. I've seen it in action. Total strangers, police officers. That's the only time I'm looking for police officer when I have a flat tire, because they will come and change my tire. That's how spoiled I've gotten. And so the few times where I just had to have to change it by myself, it was forever. Ever. See what I mean? Manual bricks in under 5 minutes. Yeah. Yeah, and they don't be trying to hit on you. I heard some stories where the guy come to change the tire, but he's trying to hit her. No, these are men that's just trying to help the woman get back on the road, get where she wants to be, because he don't want her to be in danger, being stranded out there. Or they feel that no true man is gonna leave some woman out there stranded. I've seen a guy where the guy that was with the woman, he did not know how to change a tire. And the man came up. Do you know he dragged the dude out the car and said, "Okay, look, I don't know what's going on that you weren't shown this, but I'm gonna show you how to change your tire, how to change the tire, so the next time it happens with you and your mom, you know what to do. And he dragged him out. But actually, in this case, it was my cousin, but he was from New York. He never had a car, let alone know how to change a tire. So he was just like sitting in the car chilling, while me and my mom, we know how to. As I said, we can if we absolutely have to. My mom had a disgusted look on her face. I had a disgusted look. What you mean you don't know how to change a tire? What you mean you don't have a driver's license? You never had a car? I was like, didn't they teach you that when you got your driver's license? You never did. You was from they had public transportation. Public transportation is doing a disservice to men. Um, because those that grew up in them areas where they never had to deal with a car ever in life, so when they come into a situation where they have to deal with a car and they don't know at least how to change a tire, you looking like a punk, dude. The woman's looking at you with disgust. Don't come down south if you don't know how to change a tire. You may not know how to drive, but you should at least know how to change a tire. I had a boyfriend, never had a driver's license. Well, he can drive, but he just didn't have a license. But he knew how to change a tire. Okay, let me stop preaching. I'm going on and on about the tires. But I guess you could tell that's my unconscious test. Not that I would flatten a tire to find out if you can change a tire. No, that's not my thing. But I will be looking at you when you do. hmm Yeah, Emmanuel Briggs. That's because you're a dude. Of course, you think it's easy. It's really not that complicated at all. Nothing special to it. I love you, Emmanuel Briggs, because you obviously a guy who know how to change the tire. Because you could say 5 minutes is no big deal. All you do is say that. But yeah, yeah. And I love y'all when y'all say that. But Kaya, yes, it's easy for a guy. That's why I like guys to do it. And man could do it under 5 minutes. What did I say it took me? 45 minutes. But I do have that manual turn screw jack and not the up and down jack. Where you just pump the handle up and down. I don't have that one. Yeah, so not to mention I tire out easily. Turn, turn. And I gotta get a breather. You see, Emmanuel Riggs, that's what I'm talking about. Although she quit, I couldn't quit. I had to keep doing it. I called into work, told them I was gonna be late because I got a flat tire. And they thinking, oh, she got a flat tire. She'll be here in about uh 30 minutes or so. Nope. They said, where were you? I called you, told you it was late, got a flat tire. It took you an hour to change a tire? Yes, it did. It was in the dark side of the road. My flashlights kept going out. I had to switch the batteries around. Nope, I did not have spare batteries. I had to switch the batteries around. Yeah. Yeah, and that's where everything in your imagination creeps into view. And then I was trying to do it one-handed with the flashlight on my phone. I was I was so lucky I had the flashlight on my phone. And you know what's even worse? When I got into town where I had to go to work, because I live in another town, I caught another flat as I was getting into town at the light. The police had to come and push my car to a gas station, and I had to call my cousin. I had to go to work in the back of a police car. Well, yeah, because the police officer had his partner, so there was no room in the front seat for me. So I had to go in the back. But since I work with security, we used to seeing police officers around. And then the police officer had to help me out because hey, no, I never been in the back of the police car where they had the big screen on it and stuff like that. I didn't realize how tight it was in there. And I was pretty much had to lay back. I couldn't like sit up. There was no room for my legs. I was like, dang. Yeah. And so I had to call my cousin because I couldn't reach him earlier. And I left a message with him that please come and get the keys and come and get my tires. Both my tires are on the flat. And it just so happened I was lucky that his car and my car had the same size. So what he did was he put his tires on mine, on my car, and when I got off from work, I went to his house and I paid him. I paid him back for the tires, so he can get him replacement tires. hmm Uh, yeah, my cousin believe in having double spare. Yeah, because he works offshore. You never know, so you always end up with a double spare, two spare tires. Yeah. So in some ways, I was lucky. As far my father may not have been there, but my my grandfather. Well, at that time, my grandfather was gone. My uncles were living in another state, but cousins. Yeah, cousins. Keep a list of all relatives. Hello.
Hey, I'm back. Sorry about that. Had a phone call.
Yeah, Abner went on mute. I'm assuming it's the same situation with her.
Yeah, sorry,
No, it's
Oh,
okay.
it was the network.
Okay. Okay. Sorry about that.
So what was y'all talking about when I was gone? What was y'all saying?
Well, when Abner went back to the to tires, changing the tires, and how that's the first rite of passage as a man. And Emmanuel was saying how he taught his 12-year-old godson how to change the tires so he could change it for his mom, and you know Emmanuel is saying how easy it is, and I'm going on about it's easier for a man and stuff like that. I can change it. I just be very slow at it.
I know dudes who can't put oil in the car.
hmm
Yeah, some of these dudes can't change oil. They can't put oil in the car. They don't know how to put antifreeze in the radiator. They don't know how to do basic things that a man should know how to do. Basic repairs a man should know how to do. You should have your tool belt. You should have a basic knowledge of repairs. You should know how to hang a door. You should know how to put in a window. You should know how to change oil on the car, change tires, change spark plugs, put antifreeze in the radiator. There's basic things you should know how to do. A lot of these guys don't have that knowledge. They don't know how to do anything. Now you see more women doing things now than men. I'm hearing women saying, yeah, I just changed my carburetor. I'm like, what?
What?
I never used to hear that from a woman. Now I'm hearing black women saying that they've changed carburetors. They've changed uh, thermostats. they've changed the water pumps. I'm like, what? I mean, yeah, that's what I'm hearing now. Some of these sisters now can actually have a mechanical conversation with a guy. Back when I was growing up, most women didn't know anything about anything mechanical. They left it all up to the guys, right? Now, shit, a lot of these sisters are very knowledgeable, and they're fixing their own cars. Hello?
Yeah,
Hello?
yeah. Some of that's coming about because their father might have started off. I know my grandfather taught my mom how to change
Is it
oil.
that? But you see, I don't know about that. You know why?
Mhm,
Because there's too many absentee dads in the black community to
mhm.
say that's where it's coming from. No, I think these sisters are saying the heck with it, and they're teaching themselves, or they're they're attending these mechanic schools. Okay, I think they're teaching themselves. I think a lot of it is them teaching themselves.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Especially
because
with YouTube videos out now. Yeah. Not to
right, because
mention,
there's two.
some dudes are coming at you like, you change. They do this for you. What you gonna do for them? You deal with enough attitude like that. Forget it. I'll do it myself. Dang it.
Yeah, I mean, I see women changing. I mean, putting fuel in their own cars and changing their own oil and whatnot. I'm like, man, things have changed, and I think it's a response to absentee fathers. That's why I say I don't think this is a situation where the father is passing down the knowledge to the female. I think that this is what's happening because there's so many absentee fathers, and the woman don't have any choice but to learn how to do these things herself. That's what I think. That's where I think it's coming from.
Yeah, I think exactly where it's coming from.
And so it's like I was saying before, right? If you got a man that he doesn't bring any brawn to the table, is he still a man that you want to be with? Yeah, the educated lame is one thing, but what about the brawn? You still have to be physically strong to do certain things. You just can't, be a weakling. And you see, my thing is if you're a weakling, you don't have no business telling a woman to do anything. You don't have no business telling a woman to submit or do any of that stuff. You're weak. You can't lift up a tire. You can't. You see, the ultimate test, right? If is to see if a guy can pick up a truck tire that has a rim in it. Okay, that
Uh-huh.
has air in it, that has a rim in it, and air, and see if he can pick it up. I don't mean pick it up all the way over his head because it weighs a lot of has a lot of weight. I'm talking about just be able to reach down and just stand it up on his end. Should be able to do that even with a fully inflated truck tire with a rim on it. You should be able to reach down and pick it up and stand it on his end. If he can't do that, that's not somebody that can protect you.
Mhm, mhm.
Because I've seen women do that. So if you got women that can do it, a man had better well be able to do it. There was no exception. I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want to hear nothing about, well, she's bigger than me. I don't want to hear any of that. If a woman can do it, you had better well be able to do it. See, the problem is we accept too many excuses from these crybabies, and we overlook stuff, and then we get caught in this BS rhetoric about, oh, well, you don't have to be strong. You can be intelligent, okay? You can do things the smart way and all of that. Sometimes, right, just being flat out strong is the smart way. So if you're dealing with some dude and he ain't got no brawn, I don't even know what your problem. You setting yourself up already. Hello? You guys hear me?
Yeah, we hear you. Bell said if they have lift assist tools, they can still do it. They just lack the knowledge or the willingness to learn.
So they have what?
If they have lift assisting tools, they can still do it. They just lack the knowledge or the willingness to learn.
You said lift assist? What is it? What?
If they have lift assisting tools, they can still
Oh,
do
lift.
it. They just lack the
No,
knowledge or willingness to learn.
no, you don't need. Yeah, yeah, you do have lift assisted tools, right? But a man should be able to reach down, put his hands under a truck tire that's fully inflated with a rim in it. He should be able to pick one end up and stand it up on his end without the assistance of any tools or any power, any of that hydraulics. Okay, you can't do that. You can't do that. Then you don't pass the test to be able to protect the women. Because what if you can't get to your gun? Because a lot of them will say, well, you know what? That's what we got guns for. Really? But what if you can't get to your gun? What if your gun jams and someone's attacking you, someone's attacking your woman, say your gun jam, or you can't get to your gun? You still got to be able to protect your women and children. How you going to do it if you're weak?
Hmm.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, I carry guns too when I'm home, right?
Uh-huh.
But I can still physically protect my wife if I have to.
Okay.
So what happens? And there are situations, and there could be easily a situation where the gun jammed, you can't get it working, or you can't get to your gun. Maybe your gun is in the truck, you can't get to it fast enough. Depending on what state you are, where you carry the gun in the car and the ammunition in the trunk or something like that. And you don't have time if someone's attacking your wife and your children, right? You have very little time. It only takes seconds for someone to kill somebody. So if someone is attacking your wife and your children, and you're busy fumbling for your keys to try to get into the truck to get your ammo for your gun, you're gonna let that person continue to attack. Well, by the time you get your gun, he could be long gone, right? And one of your loved ones can be dead.
Hmm.
It takes a second to break somebody's neck, or a second to stab somebody in the neck, or stab somebody in the heart. Don't take that long. So you got to be able to physically protect your women and your children. And if you're not strong, if you can't at least stand a truck tire on its end, which is to me just minimal. I'm not even saying that that's adequate strength, but at least be able to do that. You can't do that, man. You tripping, and then you're fooling yourself as a woman, thinking that this man can protect you. You know. And what's sad about it is, you see, we talked about these women, right, who had low self-esteem. Okay, they are in these terrible areas where these weak dudes are. Imagine you got all those women in those areas seeking refuge, and none of those men can physically protect them. Hello?
Okay. All right. I'm going to. Yeah. There's a Yeah. There's a lot of women that's unprotected in this position. Yeah, and it's not good for them, and but they don't want to accept that their dude is just too weak to protect them.
I mean, if you feel good about yourself as a man, right, that your woman can protect you, but you can't protect her. I don't even know what kind of man you even call yourself. I'm never going to be all right with my woman being able to protect me, and I can't protect her.
Mhm.
I feel if you're too weak to protect a woman, then leave her alone and go to the gym and work out and get some brawn so you can come back and protect her.
Yeah, yeah. Like
Uh,
Kyle was saying, need to submit to some push-ups.
is that who said that?
Kyle Grace, where you was talking about.
Exactly, Kaya. Need to submit to some push-ups. You right about that. You know. So
Yeah.
mhm.
Because you're knocking on single moms, but shoots, single moms gotta lift the kids all day long. She's lifting weights. It's called a kid.
well, well, you can't have single moms without single fathers.
Hmm.
Somebody, a father created that single mother. A male created that single mother. So there's a father out there too, and it kills me because these guys are always talking about how many single mothers. Well, this is probably more single fathers.
Hmm. Yeah. 'Cause
You
we
know.
ain't believing that myth that there's six dudes in the whole country creating all these single mothers.
Yeah, but how do you just talk about one side though? You just talk about the single mothers. What about the single fathers? Who created those single mothers? How come that's never talked about? How come that's like non-existent? Like it's not real. No one touches on that. You know.
Because the single father can slip away and not look like a single father. It's while the single mom, she got kids. There's all kind of attention on her because she got the kids. So she's a bigger target. You see her before you see the single father. In fact, if you stand a single father next to some other dude, unless he got kids hanging off of him, you can't tell that he's a single father. But I guess the same could be said for the single mother, but the kids are always with the single mom. On time she don't have the kids is when she's at work and the kids are at school. Otherwise, you see them at the store. The most I've seen single fathers with kids, but they weren't single fathers. Come to think of it, they were married fathers. That's the only dudes I've seen with kids is married fathers. Yeah, I don't be seeing a single father with the kids. I ain't saying they don't be there and they don't be with the kids. It's just that I don't be seeing them. I be seeing the married father, the committed father with the kids. Single fathers, I don't be seeing them with the kids. Okay, but I know they there. I know they exist.
Okay, damn, I'm gonna get off of here. I gotta focus on driving. So,
Okay,
you ladies, I'll talk to you ladies later. Looking
okay,
forward to ladies' night tonight.
okay. Well,
Shout out to everybody in the chat.
okay. Good
Peace,
night.
power, unity.
Peace, power, and unity, Max. All right, yeah, y'all. I'm running out of steam, and I've also got to go. So I think I'm going to wrap it up and leave it here. Sorry to leave y'all hanging with the single fathers. I know single fathers exist. I know they do be with their kids, but if you think about it, you usually see single mother with her kids more. So she's like the target. She's the most obvious. Very seldom you see the single father with the kids or the kid. They there. I know they're there. I just haven't, I don't see them out in the stores. Usually, hmm yeah. So, good, good night, y'all. I am going to. Well, I'm saying good night. You see how tired I am. I'm gonna say good day to y'all. We're gonna wrap this up. Amina, is there anything you wish to say before we go? Amina? Okay. All right then. Okay, I did not expect to end it like this. I would have liked to end it with music, but I keep forgetting the name of that group. All right. So good night, everyone. We'll see you later tonight at Ladies' Night. Oh, I mean, good day. Good afternoon. Bye, y'all. Peace, power, and unity.